Hey guys, Eric Hyde here, coming at you from my, looks like apparently my wine cellar. Anyways, it's not really a wine cellar, it's just end of my kitchen. Anyways, thought I'd put together a PowerPoint presentation about what is note investing, right? A lot of people have been asking me lately, what are notes? What is note investing? So put together a little PowerPoint presentation. I'm going to talk kind of quick because I don't want this to be a really long video, but I do want to put the content out for those of you who have no idea. Okay, so what is note investing, right? That's when the investor buys the borrower's mortgage and the investor becomes the bank. I'll say that again. You guys will be the bank. If you're the investor, if I'm the investor, we're the bank. Okay, there's performing and non-performing notes. The performing notes are the ones where the borrower is paying month after month, and the non-performing is when they're not making their payments for whatever reason, right? And then, of course, there's first liens and second liens. So the area that we like to focus on are the non-performing notes. First lien, residentials as opposed to commercial. We like the Midwest states, and we like assets that are below $125,000. You might ask yourself, wait a minute. So you like the notes where people aren't paying, right? Yes, we do, right? Why would anybody want to buy a mortgage note when the borrower is not making their payments? Well, and how do you make your money? How do you get your money back? These are good questions. These are questions I had when I got into it, and here's the answer. We get to buy these at a discount, right? They're not making their notes. The banks sell these off at a huge discount, 35 to 55 cents on the dollar, okay? Now, what's important is that is the due diligence, right? So the note is backed by the house, which means we need to do our due diligence on the house and the location. Is it a crime area? How big is the house? Is it a 1-bedroom, 1-bath, 300 square foot house? Because we don't like those, right? Or is it 3-bedroom, 2-bath, attached garage, good backyard, in a good area with low crime? Yeah, we like those too, right? And the value of the home, right? We've got to make sure we get good values before we buy this note. And then I mentioned location, but one of the other reasons for location is some states take longer than others to foreclose, right? So ultimately, if we have to foreclose on this house, we don't want it to take 2 to 3 years like in New York or California. So that's why we focus on the Midwest. That's one of the reasons why we focus there, okay? So once we buy this note, we closed on one the other day. I'm going to get into some real life examples of the one we just bought in Tennessee. But the first strategy is we will always ask the borrower if they want to stay in the home, right? They're not making payments for whatever reason. We don't know what's going on. So through our attorneys, through our loan servicers, we will reach out to the borrower and see if they're willing to stay in the home. If they are, great, start paying again, right? If not, we have some other options there, right? But our number one goal is to have these notes become performing again, right? Where the borrower starts paying. They stay in the home, we make money, everybody's happy, okay? So I mentioned exit strategies, okay? There's a few here, there's a lot more out there, but these are the 4 or 5 that we're gonna be focusing on, okay? I mentioned the borrower starts paying again, get our monthly mailbox checks, great, okay? Since we bought it at a discount, we can modify the loan, make the loan payments a little more manageable for the borrower, right? Maybe they had gone through a divorce, some other life problems that, we're able to work with them, make sure they stay in their home, okay? And then if we get them to reinstate or we modify the loan and they're making their payments, after 12 months, we can now sell this note as a reperforming note in the secondary market or to another investor. And we can sell that at 80 to 85 cents on the dollar. Remember, we bought it for anywhere from 35 to 55, okay? In the example that we'll go over in a minute, we actually purchased this one at 41%, okay? So we make money throughout the year, and then we make money on the sell side when we sell this for a higher value, okay? So if the borrower can't make payments, they choose not to make payments, then ultimately we will take ownership of the house, and there's different ways we can do that. A deed in lieu, we can offer cash in exchange for keys, or we can foreclose on the house, and then we can sell it. Or instead of selling it, once we take ownership, we can turn this into a rental if the numbers make sense, okay? Before I go any further, I need to give a shout out to Scott Carson. He is the guru in this space, this note space that I'm talking about. He puts together some great content. I've been following him, bugging him, emailing him, making comments during his webcasts. But anyway, Scott, valuable information. Keep it going, buddy. I appreciate it. And then also Gail Greenberg, right? She is one of Scott's students from the past as well. Her business is doing great. We joint ventured on this deal in Tennessee. and we just closed that a couple days ago. So Gail, great mentorship there. Appreciate it. Big things for us moving forward. Okay, so real life example. Oak Ridge, Tennessee, we just closed on a contract for deed just a couple days ago. The unpaid balance of this note was $38,697. Okay. The value of the home, based on a broker that I spoke to that drove by the location and based on his expertise in the area, tells us $45,000 conservatively. Okay, and we got to pick this note up for $15,750. Okay, 41% of the unpaid balance, or 35% of the fair market value of the home. Either way, those numbers look good so far. The original payment on this was $351. Just so happens to be the borrower has only skipped the last 2 months, and we've confirmed the borrower is still in the home. So our primary goal is going to reach out to this borrower, find out if he can start paying again. If he can, 12 months of payments equal $4,200 there, giving us a return on our investment, 27%. Not too bad. You might say, all right, well, the borrower's not paying, he ain't going to pay anymore, right? And that's very possible, okay? So maybe another option is to modify the loan, right? We know our cost. We know what we can do and negotiate for pricing. So we say, hey, all right, we lower the payment, we modify the loan. $250 is more reasonable to the borrower, but we want some money up front, some skin in the game to show that they're actually going to do it. 12 months of payments at $250 plus the $1,500 of upfront money gives annual income $4,500, 29% return on our investment, right? A little bit more than the previous example, even with lowering that monthly payment. Last example, and like I said, there's a few more, but this is the last one I'll go over today, would be if we take ownership of the house. A deed in lieu and sell the house. Value of the home is $45,000. We've got some costs in there now to foreclose, some attorney's fees, maybe some small repairs to get it rent ready, basically to sell it, not rehab this thing, but sell it as is. That $45,000 is an as-is value. We could probably put $10K into this home and sell it at $65K, right? But that's not our business model. We like to stick to what we know and what we do. So now total cost, we're into this thing, $23,000 and change. We sell it at $45,000 minus realtor commissions. We're looking at net proceeds of $17,250. That's our profit on a $23,000 investment. It's not too bad. Our return on investment, 74%. And let's say this only took us 6 months, 9 months to go through that. And actually, with my attorney in Tennessee, he says this isn't going to take us more than 2 months. If I can get a 74% return on my investment in 2 months, 6 months, my true annualized numbers double that, 150% return on my investment. And these are conservative numbers. So that's right, I forgot about that. That was for you, Scott. A little money ring there, 74% return on our investment. Okay, so just going to summarize briefly what I've talked about and what we do, right? So again, we purchase distress notes or contracts for deed. We buy these at a huge discount. Our number one goal is to get the borrower reinstated, keep them in the home. There are many exit strategies in case that doesn't work out. Our notes are always secured by the home. Always, always, always secured by the home. At the end of the day, we have the home if we need to, okay? And that's where our due diligence comes in. Due diligence is critical. When we buy the note, that's really when we make our money, right? The money is made on the buy side. So if we buy right, that's when we're going to make our money, okay? And it comes down to our due diligence. And lastly, the success of our company all depends on the relationships we have with others. Our vendors, asset managers, bankers, the bank managers, other note investors, realtors, attorneys, and really those are the people we deal with literally day in and day out. I'm in touch with realtors, attorneys. In this short period of time I've been doing this, I've been on the phone with multiple attorneys, multiple realtors, note investors, the list goes on. So really it all comes down to our relationship. That's very, very important to our success. And finally, I hope I didn't bore everybody. If so, you could always just turn it off. So no big deal. If you have any questions, you can reach out to me at eric@awnotes.com, or you can go to our website, awnotes.com. There's another video on there you can check out. Appreciate you guys' time. Let's see if I can get out of this PowerPoint presentation here, and you guys have a good day.